your team shouldn't even show up. What you want to be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together. Like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position. Just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints. Which of these 0-3 teams will visit the win column for the first time? We'll see. We're underway here in Week 4. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
Ready, 180.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Ready.
Off play action. Newton.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
SOS, SOS.
Hey.
SOS, SOS, SOS.
51's the mic. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
51's the mic.
Coming off the pick six, it's Newton. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
So I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Ready.
To throw again, Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound the interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ready, 53. Check 56.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
53's Mike.
I got it.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Gostkowski the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Gostkowski now. He'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
51's Mike. Mike's 51. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Off. Right here, guys. Fight. Mike 51.
Out of the gun, Newton. It's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Play action. It's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quinnen Williams. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
He digs them partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Hey, Mike 51.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Goodwin able to haul it in. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming.
On first down, it's Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Joe Mixon.
Check. Lucky.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On their way early, 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Complete to Jones. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to plan?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Mixon will try the right side. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Check. Gun.
51's Mike. 51. I don't even know why this team showed up.
From the gun, here's Newton. Open man, it's Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
Mike 51.
Come on. You better bring it.
51's the Mike. 51's the ball. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
There you go.
51's the Mike, boys. 51.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Murray now on first down. Caught by Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Right there, all day, baby.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Watch the run, watch the run. 53's the mic. 53's ready.
Now Murray off play action. This complete to Jones. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 35. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
On second and very short, Murray. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Murray under pressure again, and down he goes again. Margus Hunt in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Come on, let's go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Murray now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's got the open man. It's Allen on the comebacker. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Newton now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Hey, watch that.
Newton now to throw.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Right there. Right there.
2nd and 10, Newton again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack on 1st down, Murray. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Murray. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing on 2nd down, Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
He's not going to get me.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Murray with a 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here comes the Lions punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This is Mixon. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Again, it's Mixon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Lions will take over.
1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Murray. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
We got this.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, Murray. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 3rd and medium. They opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Throwing on first down is Murray. Flush to his right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, but it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mild.
He's got a man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 49 yards. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Mike 51. Target.
A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll bring up second.
What do you need?
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd.
I'm here all day. Great.
Throwing again. Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks.
And now here is another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there for Detroit. 48 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Your trip is here, baby.
Check 3, check 3.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. The carry here for the big tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Dwayne Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Gostkowski for the point after. And the lead is now 24. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Get ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Newton. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Newton now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a 1st down throw that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. But now it'll be 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go. Let's go.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Newton. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the two-point try.
Watch the screen. Mike 51.
To the air again, Newton. He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a two-score game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Back to throw it. Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw, it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Murray now to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Check.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
20. 54.
Watch the backer.
52.
From the gun, here's Newton. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Lions have recovered.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. To try again after the sack. Murray escaping the pressure right. He's got it. The tight end, Allen. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Detroit, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.